The Wason Selection Task: Why Logic Fails and Instinct Prevails. You believe you are rational. You believe you make decisions based on reason. But what if your brain, the very organ you trust to decipher truth, was never built for logic in the first place? What if reason was an illusion? This is the quiet revelation behind one of the most telling experiments in cognitive science, the Wason Selection Task. On the surface, it's a simple logic puzzle. But beneath it, a glimpse into how the human mind is wired, and how easily it can be deceived. Picture 4 cards. Each has a number on one side, a letter on the other. You see EK, 4, and 7. You're told, if a card has a vowel on one side, it must have an even number on the other. Which cards do you flip to test the rule? Most people, including the intelligent, the educated, the confident, choose E and 4. It feels right, but it's wrong. The right answer is E and 7. Because logic isn't about confirmation. It's about potential contradiction. Only by flipping the 7 dash, a card that shouldn't have a vowel, can we truly test the rule. This failure isn't rare. It's nearly universal, and it reveals something uncomfortable. We're not naturally good at logic. We're good at stories, at social survival, at spotting who broke the rules in a tribe of 30 people. Now watch what happens when we reframe the same puzzle as a real-world scenario. You're a bartender. You must make sure that no one under 21 is drinking alcohol. You see one person drinking a beer, one drinking a soda, one is 25 years old, one is 17. Who do you check? Suddenly everyone knows the beer drinker, the 17-year-old, same logic, same structure, different outcome, because now it feels human. This is more than an academic trick. It's a blueprint for how the mind works. We are not logic machines. We are pattern recognizers, story interpreters, cheater detectors. Our ancestors didn't need to solve syllogisms. They needed to know who lied, who stole, who might betray them, and that legacy lives on in every bias we carry. It explains why a single person cheating the system sparks outrage, while statistics about injustice feel abstract. It explains why misinformation thrives. Not because it's logical, but because it feels like betrayal. It triggers ancient instincts to act, to protect, to believe, and it explains why arguments often fail. Because when facts challenge feelings, instinct wins. But here's the twist. Knowing this doesn't make us powerless. It makes us aware. And awareness is the beginning of transformation. When you realize your brain evolved for survival, not for truth, you begin to question your reflexes. You begin to see when you're reacting instead of reasoning. You pause, you test, you grow. So the next time you're certain, ask, am I right because I thought it through? Or because it felt right? The difference is everything. Because the modern world is not a tribe. It's a maze of complexity, nuance, and abstraction. And our ancient minds were not built for it, but they can adapt if we're willing to train them. If we're willing to see the flaws in our thinking, not as failures, but as the first step toward clarity. The Wason Selection Task is not a trap. It's a mirror. And when we look into it, we don't see weakness. We see potential to choose better, to think deeper, to evolve, not into perfect logic machines, but into humans who are finally aware of the code that runs beneath their thoughts and who dare to rewrite it.